Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Legends. Going through another bunch of routes, seeing what Pokemon exists therein. The ones that are on the screen right now, and just vanished by the time I said it, annoyingly. Starting with Route 32, in which we find a nice little treat. A nice little Entei, which obviously we won't be catching because I decided to hypnotise it. And it doesn't work anyway, so that was, yeah, not a great move. I think I was just like, oh my gosh, Entei, and just did something weird. But there's also a Venomoth here, which we will be catching, because Venomoth will not be running away. So yeah, we actually cover a nice few routes this time, more than normal, or what has been normal lately, apart from that little run-off fishing route, which was quite nice. Randomly, all the Pokemon that have started appearing have actually been the ones we've already caught, which is really, really weird. Because obviously for the past forever we've been finding about 3 or 4 a route. But no, it's all duplicates from here on out, largely. I don't expect that to stay the same forever because still about 90 or something left to catch. Not expecting to find them all at this stage though. I don't think that's going to be likely. There are still a few. I must keep mentioning Mantine for some weird reason. I don't even like Mantine that much, but that's the only water Pokemon I can think of that we haven't found. Or at least found, you know, a way to get it. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, you know, obviously, like with... I could get Dugong by evolving a Seal if I haven't got one already, but obviously Mantine's a one-off, so that's no good. Mantike does not exist yet. Not in this game. So yeah, we got ourselves a nice Venomoth. We do the obligatory surfing around and finding nothing, and fishing and finding nothing, and talking to passers-by for no real reason. And then we head off into Violet City to find a weird Pokemon finding stuff table thing. Which basically involves finding stuff in water but not in the wild grass. Not quite sure why. Does not make a lot of sense to just put wild grass in a very difficult to reach place and then just no Pokemon to find. Not sure if that was intentional. Probably might have been. But yes, we surf for a good minute until something finally comes along. Persistence does pay off. There we go. But yeah, nothing happens. So we fish instead. Also, this part is considerably shorter than most have been lately. I did a really good job of timing it this time. I don't like to go beyond 15 minutes, I feel like that's a sensible size for something like this. But lately I have been, because I've been not counting for transitions and deciding to reach the end of long bits and feeling like I can go a bit further, and then I regret it because it ends up about 20 minutes and that's far too long as far as I'm concerned. But yes, so nothing terribly useful. Oh yeah, I did record a bit of a Poliwag fight there because size I leveled up to 100. I felt that was worth showing. And here is that mystery patch of grass that does absolutely nothing. And it's warp grass and sends us over here because that exists in something outside Mario 64. And so after wandering through the town, we decide to move out onto route, whatever the next route is, 32 I think. Yes. And so route 32 it is. Hesitating towards the door to the ruins of Alph and then deciding against it because as we're in route 32 we may as well check out the Pokemon. Check out what's around. And we start the proceedings with a Noctowl. Noctowl being not a terribly awesome thing to find. It's alright. Not really a Pokemon I've ever really cared about. like the huge owl eyebrows. They're awesome, but that's the only way I remember Noctowl. Hoot is by far cuter. And I do believe this goes into the board without any trouble at all. Yes. Yes, thanks to the Ultra Balls, Pokemon catching proceedings are going along a lot faster. Sounds weird. But, yes. So, moving back and forth between two trees brings us a Gloom, which I did suspect I didn't have. Weird finding Varplume a couple of routes ago, or it might literally have just been one route ago. No, it was two. And then finding Gloom now. Not sure why that's the case. Oddish turned up nice and early. Unless I missed Gloom before, because I think there was one route where I only found 5 Pokemon, and I've always been fairly suspicious of that. Never really quite understood why it was literally the only route with the 5 Pokemon limit, or not even the limit, just a 5 Pokemon discovery. I've always wanted to go back and check it. I may well do one day. I'll probably find nothing at all. Entei is back. Entei will not leave us alone. And I think about throwing the Ultra Ball just on the off chance. I know odds are like probably less than 1% of catching this thing without weakening it remotely. And realising that fact, I decide to weaken it now and reap the benefits of it later. Even though I'll probably never catch these things unless their catch rates have been dropped considerably for this hack, or risen. I think lower catch rates are worse. And Fortress, which again makes me suspicious of that one route with 5 Pokemon, because I haven't yet to see a Pineco. Maybe I should start headbutting trees again. I did sort of do that for a while, found nothing and gave up, but I'm sure some of them must have a Pineco in them, if not more things. But I never have the headbutt Pokemon with me, and I can't remember which one it is, so that's going to be fun. In fact, I think there are headbutt trees in this very route that we're on now, so maybe I don't know. I will have a look, just to make sure, but the ones I have checked have yielded nothing at all, so I'm thinking maybe unlikely. There are certainly enough Pokemon without having to headbutt trees for them as well. But, as I say, no Pineco but a Fortress. And Fortress was a nightmare to find. I've never... Gosh, I had to search this thing for forever. I was actually wondering if this was another 5 Pokemon route. But, anyway, luckily I caught it on the first try. Thank goodness for that, I didn't want to have to find another one of those. And so we do obligatory, a little bit of surfing, a little bit of fishing. It's just there for show. Literally nothing has shown up for a long time, sadly, in either of these departments. Not since I found Chinchu and possibly Shelter. I can't remember if I needed that or not. I think I did. But yes, then we're suddenly a few tiles higher. That's not suspicious. And we make our way back to the ruins of Alph from the looks of it. Yes. In which there is more pointless fishing, more pointless surfing, I'm afraid. So that will occupy your next minute or so. While we accomplish nothing at all, and yet I feel obliged to show it anyway. We got a bye. Unfortunately, it's nothing interesting because Pokemon have not quite discovered geological isolation yet, geographical isolation, whatever. And they have pretty much invaded every single water pool. The exact same few for miles around. It is nothing but Poliwags and Poliwhirls for a while, I'm afraid. Which would be interesting if I didn't already have a Politoed. If Polyrust would show up, that'd be nice, but it hasn't done yet. So wandering into here because we didn't catch our unknown, unfortunately, so we have to do it now. Luckily, it's a very easy thing to catch, one single force swipe, and most likely one Ultra Ball will do it. Does hidden power, does virtually nothing. Although if I did a few of that, I'd be quite annoyed, because, you know, bunches of 18 hit points of damage does build up. Anyway, Unknown is now ours, and that's just there for numbers, because it's not like anyone ever uses Unknown. And then we wander quickly back to the exit before we get swamped with another load of Unknown. I'm not sure if those Unknown on the wall are the same as they normally are. I would imagine they are. I've not known of a hack to ever change it, if it's even possible. Well, it could be possible. I don't even know if it says anything in particular. I've never actually tried to decipher it. I should, just in case. It's probably nothing. I've never really thought too deeply about that. But considering there were messages on the wall in one of the Zephyrdimension islands in Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think, that were just spelled out of Ordinary Unknown in the texture. Is that right, or did I just... am I just completely talking nonsense there? I think that's the case. And they spelt some random words, I can't remember what. Not to be confused with the general unknown messages in the Ruins of Alph anyway, that open up to the secret rooms, because those are like opened up pictures, so they don't count. Anyway, yeah, Union Cave, in which we find Wheezing, which was horrible to catch. You cannot, you don't stand a chance unless you hypnotise these first, because they must be programmed to just do self-destruct off the bat in this. I've never seen them do anything else, so yeah, hypnotise them, full swipe, and just hope that they stay asleep long enough. I did have to fight a fair few. They're annoyingly hard to come by anyway, just to make the matter even worse. But yeah, this is another standard, like, Abra horrible thing, in that it's determined to make it impossible to catch. But luckily, actually I think it breaks out first of all, and I panic thinking it's going to wake up, but it doesn't. Yeah, still fast asleep. So I get one more chance, and I'm tapping B like I literally have 2 fingers tapping B, because I do not want to find another one of these. It takes forever. And it works, if it does work at all. I doubt it does, but it makes you feel better. You feel like you've done all you can. And so, nearly done here. Union Cave has 3 floors at least that I know of with different Pokemon in it. Just at a glance, so I'm gonna, yeah, there'll be 3 separate sections. We'll be here for a while. Didn't wanna, I could have cut this short and left it all for the next part, which would have made logical sense, but then it would just be too much Union Cave and everyone would be bored. So, yes, fishing does nothing, surfing does nothing, and so we head into the first basement floor. See you next time for that. Bye for now.